million people, or 1 in every 16 people, were reported to have some form of disability in the 2019 national census. Persons with disabilities, on average as a group, are more likely to experience adverse socio-economic outcomes than persons without. Yet, the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals and SDG Goal 10 in particular on reducing inequality within and among countries relies on the involvement and inclusion of all. With COVID-19 providing the need for creativity and innovation as a response and recovery from the pandemic, how do we explore solutions to problems facing the country while leaving no one behind? Kwacha Africa is an organization based at the Kenyan coast that targets the youth and focuses on 4 thematic areas: peace and security, gender health and disability, land and environment, and theater. When COVID-19 came calling in 2020, persons with disabilities found themselves again disproportionately affected. Organizations like Kwacha Africa played an important role in disseminating COVID-19 related information.
In these programs, we are focusing on also to bring on board the people living with the disabilities, and it's because most of the time these people are being left out in programming. So for us, we see this as an issue, and our main reason of bringing them on board was not to bring them as separate participants, but it was like inclusion, bringing them together with the people who are not disabled to discuss these things. And a lot of things happen during the discussions, because also the people living with a disability, they will bring their own issues, what they feel about like the issue of coronavirus. Also they have, you will force them sometimes to, because like if I want to invite someone in a forum who is living with a disability, the cost of bringing that person and the cost to bring somebody who is not disabled is very differently, and that's why people have been leaving these guys out. Like the issue of also corona, there's a lot of things which these people, some of them, they have to walk in pair, either to push another person or to shake a hand of other person, those people who are blind. So for us, those are the challenges which we were trying to bring them on board and discuss with them, even together with the police, so that they can be understandable on how they feel about their situations and all that. The project in Malindi for UNDP, this project mostly was focusing on empowering the community and the youth on issues of COVID-19 and human rights issues, because there were some cases of human rights violation within the COVID-19 implementation rules from the Ministry of Health. So for us, what we were doing was to bring the security agents plus the communities to discuss about how the community can take care of themselves through following the protocols which were set by the Ministry of Health, plus also the police focus on the human rights issues instead of violating or harassing people. I think we were discussing about how we can take a smoothly discussion so that they can, even the police also can educate community on the same rather than harassing them. So it was more of coming up with a way of how we can work together with security agents and the community at the same time understand the rules and regulations, so that also they can stay away from being infected by coronavirus.
Kikundi ama shirika la Kwacha lilipotufikia, walituhamasisha, watuwa macho. Zaidi ya yote ni kwamba, kwanza kabisa jambo la muhimu ni kwamba tulikuwa tukienda katika mikutano, tulikuwa saa nyingine hatuwezi kujua ile precautions ambazo tunafaa kuzichukua tukiwa katika mikutano. Tulifundishwa na tupitie shirika la Kwacha. Tena jambo lingine ambalo tulipata msaada kwao ni kwamba walitukaribisha zaidi karibu na serikali kuu na serikali ya county, na kwamba tukapata platform ya kuelezea mahitaji yetu, na pia tukapata platform ya kuelezea zile ambazo ni issues zetu. Na pia jambo faida nyingine ambayo tuliona tulipoitwa na shirika la Kwacha ni kwamba tuligundua kwamba kama tuko na uwezo mdogo na kwa niaba wala ambao hawana uwezo, sisi ambao tuko na uwezo kidogo, hata tukienda kwa mkutano ni vizuri tuongee nao, kuhamasisha kwamba hili gonjwa liko na mambo ya kufanya ni haya, kama kuvaa mask na kunawa mikono. Saa nyingine hii information ilikuwa haiwezi kuwafikia, lakini sisi tulipoenda kama viongozi tulipata information na kuwapelekea wale wenzetu tukaenda kwa mkutano.
Mambo yalibadilika. Tuliona usalama sahihi umeanza kuimarishwa. Pia tumeona baada ya kuwa washatufunza watu wa Kwacha, tumekuja tukapeleka hiyo ujumbe kwamba unatakiwa uvae mask, unatakiwa at least usalama uimarishwe upande wa disabled, na mtawachukulia kwamba wasiwe, yani msiwaharas. Pia naona sahihi umekuwa umebadilika. Pia tunashukuru kwamba sahihi, yani hiyo watu yani hali inakuwa ya kawaida. Pia uchumi pia tunaona kidogo umeanza kurudi kidogo.
We've been in the coastal region documenting stories of persons with disabilities and the challenges that they've been facing, and the challenges and possible solutions actually to some of those challenges. And one thing that has really stood out is that some of these challenges and concerns cut across, you know, from the coastal region to Nairobi to all the areas that we've been to. You realize there are some issues that have been raised that actually cut across. Like the issue of getting a disability card. Like it's very hard for persons with disability to access the card because they need a lot of assessment. They need assessment, and sometimes some of the specialists that are supposed to assess them are not even within their reach. So this is actually a call from them to policymakers. If they can be able to access this card more easily, then it would be quite a relief to them. It has been a journey, and the future looks bright if everyone is on board.
There's always hope, because 10 years ago we cannot proudly speak about disability like we're doing now. We cannot go and sue, litigate institutions, individuals, by virtue of being locking you out because of your impairment. So, you know, there's always big hope. We don't lose hope. And we are trying to impress, and the narrative around disability change we're trying to push is disability is not about individuals' impairment. No, it's about the barriers across individuals with impairment.
With the many barriers to disability inclusion, and especially in the area of innovations, public awareness on disability, deliberate partnerships between stakeholders, civil society organizations, government, non-governmental organizations, corporates, development agencies, and engagement with persons with disabilities will be key in realizing a truly disability-inclusive society. Rebecca Mururi Mulure, KTN News.